Hello, I'm Amy, and today I'm going to be talking to you briefly about the different kinds of cables that you will find in a recording setup. We're going to talk about 5 different kinds, 3 really important ones, and then 2 that are, you'll find them, but they're not quite as significant. We're going to talk about XLR cords, TS, TRS cords, and then also briefly about 1/8 inch or stereo cords and RCA cables. The first cable I'd like to discuss with you is the XLR, and if you look here, it has a male and a female end. Look at them, they're so happy together. These are primarily used for microphones, and microphones are male, if you look at that, and you plug it in. It has a nice little locking mechanism, so it's a secure connection. XLRs are balanced cables, and so they're less susceptible to noise than an unbalanced cable would be, and so they're good over longer cables. You can use longer ones, whereas for an unbalanced you would want to use a shorter cable. But yeah, so that's the XLR. The next one that I'd like to talk with you about is our TS cable, or instrument cable, and if you look here, you can tell your 1/4 inch jack here. You can tell there's the tip and the sleeve, and that's a single conductor cable. And it is unbalanced and susceptible to noise, so like I said earlier, shorter cable, better idea. The next one that I would like to talk to you about is the TRS, which you'll commonly find on headphones, or you can use it for balanced configuration. And the way to tell this one, if you look, you have the tip, the ring, and the sleeve there on that, and that is a 2-conductor cable, the TRS. Something to be aware of with cables, they can break if you're ever having issues with your sound. First, make sure it's plugged in. If it's not plugged in, then you're not going to get any sound. I've had that happen. But the second thing, it could be broken. This one's broken, needs to be repaired. Just something to be aware of and look for. Also, when you're plugging a cord in, take your cable and you're plugging it in, whether it's to your direct box or into an amplifier or whatever you happen to be plugging it into, make sure the power source is turned off for plugging in and removing. There are also 2 other cords I would like to cover with you. The first is the 1/8 inch, and you'll find that a lot of times stereo cable on headphones, and it acts like the TRS. If you look, there's the tip, the ring, and the sleeve on that. I don't know if you can see it with my camera, and it's often used for headphones, like I said. The other one is the RCA cable, and it looks like this. And it's often used for home entertainment systems and a lot of times like video. This is great for video. But it acts as a single conductor and shield, acts like a TS. And so yeah, so these are your 5 basic cables that you'll find around a recording setup. Your XLR, TS, TRS, your 1/8 inch stereo cable, and your RCA. So thank you so much for taking the time to watch my presentation and peer review for me. I really appreciate it. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your class.